One big improvement in this update is the ability to more precisely manipulate objects in the Transform tool. When using the Rotate widgets, drag over the ticks to snap to 5-degree increments. You can increase the number of ticks using the up and down arrow keys, all the way up to half-degree steps. To snap an axis translation to fixed size steps, toggle the Snapping On-Off widget, the S in the green circle. If you turn on Absolute mode, the translation snaps to absolute coordinates in the current coordinate system. Again, use the up and down arrow keys to increase or decrease the size of the snapping increments. You can also snap in planar translations. Use the frame widgets to toggle between local and world coordinate systems. Turn on snapping in the Stamp tool to create repeatable, fixed-size stamps. You can use the new Units Scale tool to set the size of your object for export. Click and drag on the axis labels to uniformly scale the object to that dimension in real-world physical units. You can use the Convert to action bar options to convert to different units. The new Stability tool can tell you if your object will stand up or fall over when placed on its base. When you run the tool, the ball shows the center of mass of the object and the red loop shows the estimated contact region. Drag the contact tolerance slider to modify the contact region. If the center of mass ball is green, the object is stable, and if it is red, the object is unstable. The Stability tool also shows the volume and surface area of the object. To check that our stability analysis works, we tested it with rigid body simulation and real 3D prints. The Overhang tool highlights areas of the object that might need support when 3D printed. Only overhangs with draft angle greater than the set threshold are shown. You can also enable the overhang shader and get real-time visual feedback as you sculpt the model. meshmixer now has some basic measuring tools. You can take individual measurements of the object's width along an axis by clicking. You can also click and drag to take a range of measurements. The numbers on the right show the current value, as well as the minimum and maximum for the current click and drag operation. Other modes of the measuring tool can find the minimum distance between two surfaces, or the total span across all parts of the object. You can also take specific measurements using point-to-point mode. To find the radius of a cylinder, switch to the Fit Cylinder mode and then draw marker points around the cylinder surface. Keep drawing until the blue cylinder snaps to your object. The measurement indicates the cylinder radius, which is half its total width. The Plane Cut tool has been improved and is now faster, more precise, and more robust. You can also switch to Slice instead of Cut mode to separate the object along the plane while keeping both sides. Plane cuts can now also be limited to a selection. Face groups were a new feature in the last update to meshmixer, but what if your mesh doesn't have face groups? If it is an object with sharp edges, you can try the new Generate Face Groups tool. Use the angle threshold slider to control how the groups are detected. Here's an example on a more complex object created by a meshmixer user.